Okay, before we get started, I want to let you know there are still plenty of seats available for Monday Night Raw in Washington, D.C. Why? Because they're currently tearing the ring down, and anybody can sit in there as long as you can get past security.
Yeah.
Suro and Disney here, and we're going to talk about last night's Monday Night Raw, or tonight's Monday Night Raw, depending on when you're watching this, whether it's live or archive. And it was kind of a lackluster show. I wouldn't call it a bad show, but there really wasn't much going on, to be honest.
I guess this is what happens when you have so long between pay-per-views.
Well, here's the deal. We've gotten used to having a pay-per-view pretty much every other week, so we kind of got used to that. And now that we don't have that, it's kind of like you somewhat miss it. But then you think about the fact that you're getting 3 hours and 15 minutes of blah every single week. So you wonder in the first place why you're even watching sometimes.
Maybe Raw should go back 2 hours.
Oh, God, yes, Raw should go back to 2 hours. They can't fill 3 hours.
It'll be interesting to see the edit tomorrow that they do before Tough Enough.
I believe.
What gets cropped out and is proven to be, was this on the show?
Is that going to be a weekly thing?
I think it's just to promote Tough Enough because the ratings weren't as great as they wanted them to be going at the first episode.
Wasn't it over 1 million?
Yeah, but I think they were aiming for more, so, I mean, they wanted a good, solid lead-in, so they're going to do a 2-hour abbreviated Raw. Kind of like what you get on Hulu Plus when you watch Raw, because people can watch Raw on Hulu, and that's pretty much what they get as an abbreviated version of Raw.
Yeah, I mean, I was even surprised that Tough Enough even drew over 1 million. I thought that was a very good number, but
Wasn't a bad episode to start off.
no.
They think they can get Raw numbers for that show.
Oh,
That's
no.
what's on USA.
No, they can't.
No.
The problem is you're trying to appeal to wrestling and non-wrestling fans, so you're alienating both.
Right.
You're basically doing what they've done with Total Divas too. You're trying to appeal to both demographics.
Yeah, but Total Divas is on a channel where it's clearly being edged towards more like, you know, the people that are just interested in the Real Housewives of Stamford, Connecticut.
Well, it's the thing about it you have to notice is that E, by and large, is pretty much a reality television network now. So it fits on that station.
And Robbie stole their logo on his tights last night.
Yes, he did, 100%.
I actually started watching that event on YouTube.
Oh, dear Lord. I'm sorry.
YouTube?
Yeah, their videos don't, they last a long time. Like, they don't get taken down right away because it's a WWE pay-per-view, but I was watching it. The one I was watching was good quality, and I haven't been excited yet. Nothing's really striking out at me yet. So
There's some good stuff on the show from last night. It takes a bit to get to it.
yeah.
So, let's talk about Raw is product placement. So,
Oh, by the way, this week's episode of WWE Popcast is brought to you by the upcoming hit film Thomas and Friends, Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure, coming to theaters soon.
oh my God. Well, at this point, Ashley, we might as well be brought to you in part by Terminator Salvation, because God knows WWE was tonight.
It seemed like it was...
Terminator Phil Collins, remember.
It was way more this week than last week, and then that's what's so annoying. I mean, at least we didn't see... I don't think we saw... No, there was a video package with Roman Reigns, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't as, blatant as last week. And I said Terminator Salvation and blamed that on the late night. It's Terminator Genesis.
Right. Last week it was obnoxious.
I hate to burst the bubble, Owen, but guess what happened at the pre-show?
Oh, gee, I wonder.
It might have been brought to you by Terminator Genesis.
Why can't we go back to being brought to you in part by Kickstart? Because I actually drink that stuff.
Although, the only interesting thing that did happen was they got Dolph Ziggler on a phone call, which made me think he wasn't there. Then when it turned out he was, it really became a case of why didn't they just have him in like a backstage segment rather than think it's
See,
does that when we get Big Show on next, are we just gonna get a tin can with a piece of string?
well, it's funny you bring that up because we talked about it last night during the Slammiversary podcast, just a little bit about Dolph Ziggler re-signing with WWE, and now it has come out that it's not official yet. So
confession time.
Dolph basically said something about I may have to step away for a while. We'll see where that goes, honestly.
I was gonna say, like, good luck getting permission from WWE to do that, because they'll be like, oh no, wait, we have plans for you. It's just
no, they don't.
Anytime soon.
No, they don't. They don't have plans for Dolph at all.
That's why I think it would be a mistake on his part if he stays or signs a multi-year deal. Huge mistake.
Right, when you're in an on-screen relationship or an on-screen relationship with Lana.
Sure, I would. Yeah, I wouldn't complain.
I wouldn't complain. Because in essence, you're bringing her up, and she's got the possibility to be the next non-Eva Marie, as in a woman that looks attractive and can wrestle. I can't wait till the NXT spoilers come out for the next set of tapings.
Yeah.
When it turns out she still can't wrestle, I think WWE is just going to go, well, do that. I think we know Eva Marie's going to get replaced by Lana for Tough Enough season 72 or whatever we're on.
Oh, God.
Yeah, those NXT tapings are going to be her last chance. I think it's gonna boil down so much to really the crowd reaction and the social media reaction, because she is hated on social media and in the NXT crowd.
They should put her with Dana Brooke because she's hated too from the NXT crowd.
That would make a more kind of picture-perfect tag team than Emma and Dana Brooke. I thought Emma was doing good on her own.
I think I like all three of them together. Emma, Dana Brooke, and Eva Marie as like three bad girls.
Oh, to kind of create a faction.
Yeah.
Except bad isn't in inverted commas. They're just bad.
Oh, God. So,
the reason why we're doing this is we're trying to avoid product placement.
We'll get to that. Don't worry. First off, the show pretty much starts off with Seth Rollins coming out with J&J. Jamie Noble, first off, kudos to him for being there, but he shouldn't be anywhere on television after what happened last week. I mean, he had 2 broken ribs, courtesy of Brock Lesnar, and that's not a work, folks. That's a shoot. Accidents happen sometimes.
He had 3 broken ribs.
That's what I said.
You said 2.
I said 3.
I thought you said 2.
No, I said 3.
I thought you said 42.
Exactly.
I get excited then.
Yeah, he had 3 broken ribs, so he shouldn't have been on television, and you could even tell how hard it was for him to even walk. He was clutching his ribs the whole time, and of course later on in the show he ended up having to put a table into the ring, and you could see that it was like the anguish on his face when he was doing so. He shouldn't have been out there. I understand, but why? But he shouldn't have been out there.
He better be getting overtime pay.
Oh, no lie, without a doubt.
Going above and beyond the Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Oh, god damn it, product. This is going to go through the night. Oh, no.
You might as well get ready. We're going to play a little drinking game. Every single time we do a little product placement, take a drink.
Every time I do product placement, throw the drink up.
Oh, God.
You're going to be barfing a lot, ladies and gentlemen. Wow.
So Rollins comes out with J&J and Kane, and basically he talks about taking his power when he conquered the Conqueror, and Brock won't be there tonight because he's boarding a plane to Japan right now. And
how many days does it take? How many days does it take to go to Japan?
Tell that to Cena and Owens and Kane.
No lie.
And Barra and Cesaro and Lucha Dragons.
Brock wanted to sightsee. Come on, man.
I mean, I guess. I mean, I was just really expecting. Well, I mean, we'll go into it, but I was really expecting him tonight at a specific part of the show.
No, Brock
How?
was.
Brock hasn't tweeted since March. Technically, he's dead.
That
By
is so
Twitter
true.
rules, that's true.
I don't even know why I
Yeah.
follow him. He doesn't tweet that.
How? If you look at his profile, it says current WWE champion.
He's always been champion.
Yeah, he never lost the bastards.
Well, he never got pinned, so in his mind, he still is the champion.
Exactly.
Okay, so we continue. And basically, he wanted to show his admiration for Jamie Noble even showing up, and everybody should show him some respect. And he calls Kane and J&J incredible. They helped him slay the beast, so he got them something. And he reveals underneath a red cloth 3 Apple Watches.
Because, yeah, that's a device that everybody shouldn't have for Hanukkah.
Jamie was talking about taking selfies, and I was like, what?
Yeah, apparently you can do that with that thing.
With the hashtag broken beast.
You can pay $200 less, buy a phone, and do exactly the same bloody thing that you can do on a watch.
Yes, this is true.
That price.
So, Seth Rollins gave Kane something special, and this is the point of the night that it turned into The Price is Right. The only thing missing was Big Cass and Blue Pants. So
And Bob Barker.
no, we had Seth Barker out there,
Yeah,
Speedboat.
that's good. Yeah.
Speedboat. We need a speedboat.
some sort of a speedboat, and a game of Plinko, and everything would have been like completely solid.
Kitchen appliances and or living room furniture.
So he said that for 17 years you were the glue that held the WWE together. So he gives Kane a vacation to Hawaii. Here comes some tribal dancers, a hula girl, and a guy playing a ukulele, and I know that because of pronunciation class.
I
So,
thought if I were going for Hawaii, they'd have brought in Obama. Because technically he is from Hawaii, so...
Actually, I would have used Ricky Steamboat myself.
Wow.
Yeah. There's another one.
Storyline speaking, that would have made sense. So Kane can go on vacation, but first they're going to team up against Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose later tonight. No disqualification.
Which we already knew.
Yay. So, and Owen still doesn't care. Now, they give, so like I said, it's the game show portion, and Seth Barker comes out, he's got his microphone and everything, and he basically gives J&J a present, and he gives them a brand new 2015 Cadillac CTX.
That's
A
when
new
it
car!
A brand new car!
I think that's where the segment went downhill.
The voice of Rod Roddy in the background was like ringing in my ears, so...
Oh, for me it was the car horn. Noble would not.
Oh, we'll get to that. Yeah, Noble decided he wanted to lay on that horn because he really loves that Hotmobile.
Honk if you're injured. It hurts!
It's very, very true. The funny thing is Joey takes off running up the ramp like he's a kid on Christmas morning. Yeah, I got a new car, and Seth Barker's putting over the specs of the car and really like hyping it up and everything, and then Jamie gets behind the wheel and he starts beeping the horn incessantly.
Perhaps Seth Rollins is auditioning for Top Gear. I never realised that.
Oh god, that's actually possible. Wow. He could be a special guest at least. The Big Show comes out and he's applauding this. And he's going to face off against Mark Henry because why not?
He's applauding it because, oh my god, there's another car that I can't fit in.
Yeah. The Miz on commentary, obviously we're putting over the match that there's going to be for the Intercontinental Championship with Ryback, Miz, and Big Show at Battleground. And Big Show and Mark Henry was very short, actually, very very straight and to the point, knockout punch. Henry basically like slumps against the ropes. He comes back, eats the other knockout punch, and there's 3 count. Ryback comes out for the fight, and Ryback ends up clipping the knee of the Big Show, like a diving clip in the knee. Miz attacks Ryback from behind, and Ryback wants the match now. And Miz is like, that's not happening. But when we come back from commercial break, sure enough, Ryback and the Miz is up next. And the one thing I can take from this match is the walking and then marching, hanging vertical suplex on the Miz.
Yeah, that was the only impressive thing about that match, and he did it for a longer time than I thought he was going to do, or usually does. And I was particularly pissed off about Mark Henry and Big Show because how do you have a squash match with someone like Mark Henry?
Mark Henry has fallen so far from grace, it's not even funny now. It's a shame.
Yeah, exactly.
A bitch.
Mark.
And the fact that you go from an 18-minute opening segment to less than 5-minute match, or maybe even 2 minutes at the most, that almost set the tone for the night, or at least the first hour.
Welcome to WWE television.
Yeah.
So it basically leads into the finish of the match, which is really quick. Spine buster, he drops the straps, he charges for the meat hook. Miz is like, I ain't doing this. And he runs to the back and gets himself counted out. So, yay, that makes me really care much about the three-way at Battleground.
Really?
Terminator Genesis presents the main event of Seth Rollins and Kane against Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns.
Has the main event match ever been sponsored by something?
The only thing I remember about matches that were so-called sponsored was Jerry Lawler talking about Xbox and Rock Band and Burger King.
Right.
Ironically enough, Burger King.
Yeah.
Not the main event, though. Usually, like, the second-hour match.
Yeah.
Or the first hour on a 2-hour Raw.
Yeah, but, a pay-per-view, or I should say a WWE Network, because are we going off pay-per-view? Is Battleground an exclusive WWE Network event again in North America?
No, Battleground's pay-per-view.
Oh,
good. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Elimination Chamber was a house show that was turned into a pay-per-view for a quick buck.
Yeah.
Up next, we had Paige against Alicia Fox. Real quick, Alicia Fox looking gorgeous tonight. I think the red and black work for her, and her hair's like nice and curly. I like that. She's like hanging out with the Bellas. I think that actually somewhat works for her. And to WWE's credit, they actually gave this match a commercial break. Foxy lets off her Northern Light suplex and her total roll backbreaker, which she does so well for near falls. And then Paige just lets her have it with a charging knee strike in the corner and repeated knee strikes, repeated short arm clotheslines, a straight kick, and Foxy goes for the O'Connor roll, which gets reversed by Paige for the 1-2-3. After Nikki jumps up on the ring apron and she swats at Nikki, Nikki drops off, O'Connor roll up, reverse 1-2-3. So the match was okay for what it was. I mean, a lot better than I would think it would be. But then again, it's nice to see Paige back on television, given the fact that she's missed because of having to tape Tough Enough.
I saw one tweet that someone said that was a good Divas match in a long time, and I'm like, no, not really, but it was better than the past 2 weeks.
I mean, that's not saying much, but I mean, it was a little bit better than what we're used to seeing lately,
right.
Which is a good thing. It's a step in the right direction, and it did not involve the Bellas as anything more than just valets at ringside.
Yeah, that's a big part, big positive coming out of that match.
Ashley, what's your thoughts on Paige and Alicia Fox? Do not. Not again.
Really?
Ashley has officially succumbed to all his hatred for Mr. Robot. So, I remember having this conversation that said Ashley would be wide awake for this. Anyway, Raw puts people to sleep, folks, just like Brutus Beefcake. Now, hey, he does the sleeper hold, puts people to sleep. Ashley's not going to wake up with, like, a bad haircut, but, I mean, you never know, maybe. Or, I mean, if we're going to go with the 80s tinge, he could wake up with, like, a $100 bill in his mouth. Oh, that's right, it was already taken out before he could wake up. So, real quick, again, I will issue my apology once more. My apologies from Pop in general for Ashley's sleeping on the job. Because, like I said last night, I'm going to say it again. Apparently, I'm going to have to reiterate this from time to time. It's nice it's not me for a change is falling asleep. So, I will say that Ashley, it's like super late for him right now, so that's the reason why sometimes you just kind of nod off, and Raw kind of did that a little bit tonight. I mean, I was kind of in suspended animation for most of the show tonight. So, we'll progress, and we're going to talk about the best segment coming up. It's actually next. So we get our U.S. Open challenge. John Cena comes out, and a lot of people were thinking that this would go to Finn Balor so they could build up the match that's going to happen in Tokyo on Saturday, get the crowd that's not used to Finn Balor used to him before he goes in to face Kevin Owens for the NXT Championship. But no, it was not to be. John Cena actually calls for an opponent, and Kevin Owens' music hits.
And Finn Balor is going to face Kevin Owens this Saturday as the Demon.
Yeah, it's that in Japan is going to be even better. Because as anybody knows that knows anything about Finn Balor's past, when he's in Japan, he definitely knows how to rock it without a doubt.
And that's why NXT, like on a side note real quick, is that they're building that matchup. They could spend more time building that matchup than WWE because he's an NXT star.
Mm-hmm.
They've been doing a great job building that matchup specifically because they're showing you history of not Kevin Owens, but history of Finn Balor, which is so rich in Japan.
Yeah, I really like it because it plays up Prince Devitt, and he's calling him Fergal, and it's referencing the fact that he trained Becky Lynch, and I really like what they're doing with that, too. And talking about taking like inspiration from The Undertaker for the ring entrance, I mean, I think that works really well, and I'm looking forward to seeing, even though it's super early, the Finn Balor special on the network at 5 a.m. on Saturday before the show begins.
Yeah, and then that's so interesting when he said that he's taking guys from Undertaker. It makes so much sense because
Oh, yeah. So Owens does come out, and they do the ring introductions. Lillian gets through everything, doesn't get cut off. The bell sounds, and Owens hits the floor. He grabs the mic and says, "You know what? On second thought, I'm going to wait till Battleground. If anyone's taking that championship, it's going to be me, or maybe this man." And then very familiar music hits, and yes, Cesaro is his opponent in a match that stole the show about a year ago. So I always love these two in the ring. They have tremendous chemistry.
Match of the night.
Oh, God, without a doubt. And kudos to Cesaro for wearing his Kid Sorrow shirt, and also for wearing a whitish gray armband that said Kid on his arm. So that was cool. A shout out to his fallen tag team partner, who's not going to see in-ring action return until probably the middle of 2016 at the earliest.
Whoa, that long?
Yeah, he's going to be out for at least a year.
Wow. I didn't see the graphic photo that WWE had sent out.
Oh, it's super sick. I'm not going to lie about that.
Wow. Poor Tyson. Really.
Yeah, no lie. Okay. So John Cena and Cesaro. Oh, this is where I have fun. Okay, so Cesaro goes for the sharpshooter. Cena kicks him off, hits the proto bomb, goes for the 5-knuckle shuffle, and instead Cesaro pops up, hits him with a clothesline for a near fall. Double leg goes for a slingshot into the heel turn from Cena, but he's got to stop using it because it doesn't look very good. I mean, he botched that hardcore. He couldn't get all of grabbing Cesaro's neck, so it just looks really awkward. If you remember seeing it.
I didn't remember seeing that. I just remember seeing a good match. I didn't remember seeing that part.
So we go to the AA. Cesaro, of course, lands on his feet, ducks the clothesline, pop-up, Swiss Death 1-2, and a kick-out. Cena counters the drop toe hold into the STF, but Cesaro turns it into a sharpshooter, and Cena gets the ropes. So he climbs up, goes for the outside-in superplex, gets a near fall off of that one, charging Swiss uppercut, whip in, charges, gets the boots up, and a swinging DDT from Cena for a near fall. A right hand drops Cesaro, and they trade punches. Heads up top does Cesaro, flying body press, roll through to basically look like he was going for like a swinging Uranagi, but he ends up going basically like a swinging sit out facebuster. It looked awkward. He should not do it again. So Owens is jawing with Michael Cole because he gets into the action because he's a ringside for commentary, and Kevin Owens on commentary is Gold, Jerry Gold.
Yes.
So yeah, keep that in mind. Yeah, I had like lots of PWG flashbacks when I was listening to Kevin Owens on commentary. Ashley would say the same if he was awake right now. So I was hoping I'd wake him up, but it didn't. Anyway, yeah, there you go. Cena heads up top. Cesaro drop kicks him, sends him all the way to the floor. Charging Swiss uppercut against the barricade, rolls him in 1-2 and a kick out. Goes for the neutralizer, gets back dropped out. Cena again goes for the code red, and he's got to realize the right placement for this because the move is fine, and Cesaro definitely knows how to sell it. But like the setup is okay once he gets over the awkwardness of the beginning setup of the move. Because that move is a really awkward thing to pull off unless you're pulling it off with, like, speed timing.
Oh, are you at the part where John Cena does that flip?
Yeah, the code red, yeah.
Yeah, it looked good. It looked fantastic at Money in the Bank, and it looked fantastic at
Money and Elimination Chamber.
Oh, he did Elimination Chamber too?
I believe so. It's either that or it was the Raw before it.
Oh.
Or maybe, no, I think the only time he's actually hit it was Money in the Bank.
Oh.
Because I called it, and I was like,
right.
That's weird. It's weird him doing that of all things.
Yeah, that's the weird part of that match. It was a standout moment.
No one's called him out on commentary, basically said, oh, looks like Cena's been watching some tapes. Yeah, he has, watching some Amazing Red. So the AA is countered into the Gotch-style neutralizer, does connect 1-2, and Cena kicks out. I like his strong kickouts, but you can see him coming from a mile away, and that's annoying to pay attention to. And once you see something, you can't unsee it. So, repeated Swiss uppercuts, and shove off to the ropes, Swiss uppercut, the double leg, the swing into the sharpshooter, and Owens nails Cesaro when Cena's about to tap out for the DQ. He nails Cesaro with a pop-up powerbomb in a match that I want to see now. I want to see Owens and Cesaro. That match will be glorious when it finally happens. Mm-hmm. And then he knees Cena in the midsection, tosses up, pop-up powerbomb to Cena, grabs the mic and says, like I said, if anybody is taking the United States Championship off John Cena, it's going to be me. And at Battleground, it will be me. Yes, exactly. Ashley, snore if you like this match.
Oh, that would have been great if you did.
Oh, that sucks. I asked any parting words, and he snored at me before, so yeah. So yeah, once again, like I said, just no comments or anything. Ashley's tired, so hopefully we can. Oh my God, is he awake now?
I've lost track. I'm awake. I'm asleep.
I'm a kid. I'm a squid.
I'm brought to you by NyQuil.
That's funny. So is my mother right now, to be honest. So, yeah, this match was awesome. Definitely the match of the night, without a doubt, and stole the show in every way possible. I love how it went over. Like I said, I did not like the botched heel turn. I think it's funny saying that out of context. You probably think I'm talking out of turn, but I'm not. That move it's fine, but it doesn't need to be an every match thing. I think it's a big match situation style deal, and I don't think it needs to be done all the time. Cena using the code red is very interesting, and I am curious to see if he's going to start hitting it properly. The setup is never good, but when he actually gets it in and he actually hits it, it always looks good. So I'm curious on that. Owens, like I said, Owens on commentary give me PWG flashbacks.
You know, it might be on the regular that Cena uses that move because Mick Foley tweeted during the show that this might be one of the best years of John Cena's career.
See, well, actually, like you said when we were talking before we went live, when it comes down to it, both Kevin Owens and John Cena brought out the best in each other in this feud, without a doubt.
Absolutely, you've seen quality of matches that Cena hasn't had in years.
And the entire United States Open Invitational has helped John Cena become even better in the ring than he's ever been.
Yeah, definitely as well, which is always good.
You say what you want about John Cena, and I know it's the internet, and a lot of people do, and it's all fun and games to chant John Cena sucks and just everything. It's awesome and everything, but you got to understand, Cena busts his hump every single time he steps in the ring, and he's about putting over talent, and this is the time of his career where he's going to put over the next big thing. And Kevin Owens, without a doubt, in more ways than one, is the next big thing.
Yeah.
John Cena caused the Battle of Agincourt. I don't think anybody said that up until now, so I think that's a world first exclusive here on TM Podcast, or whatever we call it.
He's all. Did you call it NTM Popcast?
TM Podcast.
TM Popcast. Oh, trademark Popcast. Okay, right on.
No, it was trying to be like TMZ. All the gossip, John Cena at the Battle of Agincourt.
Oh, God.
Attitude adjusting Henry V.
Everyone knows John Cena fought the Battle of Jericho, or he just fought Chris Jericho. One of the two. I don't remember which.
Henry V was Mark Henry, by the way.
That's right. So, we get a promo from Bray Wyatt. Okay, first off, before we go into this, number one, the weird placement of the fact that they were promoting the fact that Dolph Ziggler and Lana were going to go public. This is the actual chyron we got going into the commercial break. And when we got back, this was interrupted by a Wyatt interruption.
I'm surprised. I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm surprised we didn't have to use the hashtag Go Public.
Kudos to WWE. I know this wasn't done on purpose because there's no way to do this on purpose, but kudos to the advertising revenue of placing the train wreck trailer before Dolph's segment, or what would have been Dolph's segment, because that makes perfect sense. Lucky bastard. The thing is,
to be quite honest, Aaron, I'm sort of more worried for you when it says that you're getting Raw with us.
Yeah, what's that about, man? Seriously, not that there's anything wrong with that, but I mean...
I thought it was a little interesting play on words. I didn't have anyone say anything about it.
Ashley's first response was, okay.
Okay. We have to go to the health clinic to get tested.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Definitely was not my intention when tweeting that out.
Oh,
yeah, but this is the internet, isn't it, E.L. James?
Oh, God. Oh, wow.
Hey, and I'm going to quote Eric again. If you didn't like that tweet, then go.
And that was what I thought would be the response.
Yeah, same here, actually. So, okay, Bray Wyatt does the promo, the anyone but you picture of Roman Reigns. Like I said, Bray Wyatt really does speak to me. Roman went to open your eye. I want to open your eyes so you can see the truth. Close your mouth to stop your lies. And then he said he wanted to be his father's favorite. So does that mean that Bo Dallas is his father's favorite?
Believe.
Look, Daddy.
His favorite would be Wesley Snipes.
Oh, God.
It's all about Texas.
Look, Daddy, I got my wings back. And again, he reiterates a statement I say every week, anyone but you.
Is that an advert for Red Bull? That tastes crap.
Oh my God, that would have I could have totally see a meme right now when Bray says I got my wings back. You see, the Red Bull logo pop up in the background.
Quick, someone watching this, make it meme.
Do it.
Jimmy Stewart from It's a Wonderful Life. Get his wings back.
You are mine. Caught in my web, and our fun is just beginning.
Run.
Not yet. This is about you and me. Okay. You'll never succeed. I won't let you. Anyone but you. And yes, Ashley, then it says run.
No, walk at a leisurely pace. I don't want anybody being sued, for injuries.
My response, go to the disaster queue. Now, well, that's purely speculation, though. So we get an 8-man tag up next. It is the Lucha Dragons and the WWE Tag Team Champions, Darren Young and Titus O'Neil, the Primetime Players, taking on...
I might start snoring in a minute.
Yeah, probably. Taking on all 3 members of the New Day, as well as Bo Dallas, who I said since a long time ago needs to be a part of the New Day. And it was really nice because somebody showed up at a Boston house show over the weekend. Bo was singing the theme song to The Greatest American Hero, and the next thing you know, The Rock comes out, and Rock bottoms him and gives him the people's elbow.
Is that unofficial confirmation, then, that Dwayne is going to be in that series?
The Greatest American Hero?
Yeah, they're rebooting it, I think.
I doubt it. I know he's doing the Rampage movie.
Yeah, it's Greatest American Hero. It's from the same people that did 21 and 22 and the Lego movie, Jump Street.
That seems like a Bill Hader movie to me, honestly.
I think they're trying to go with... I don't know.
We will look in.
I remember who they were rumored to be casting for it, but...
Dwayne wouldn't work to play the Greatest American Hero at all.
Tell that to the Tooth Fairy.
Oh dear, don't get me started about that movie. I've got a lot of reasons I don't like that movie.
Or the game plan, because I didn't like that movie.
It was a little bit better than the Tooth Fairy, but it still wasn't good.
Yeah.
San
Andreas, I'm telling you, best movie he did.
That movie sucked. So
made $1 billion at the box office. Just saying.
That's because the general public are stupid when it comes to their film going, and I know this for a fact. That's the reason stuff like Tomorrowland gets panned.
Well, yeah, no, Disney was shooting for, on a quick side note, a blockbuster of Tomorrowland and failed miserably.
People just didn't get it. I don't care what anybody says. I love Tomorrowland.
Mm.
So you'll see that, spoiler alert, next week when we do our Best of the Year video.
Ah, see? Shameless plug.
That's right.
Gave you that
Oh, by the way, Pop is currently available on moviepilot.com now. So yeah, check that out. Suro and Disney on moviepilot.com.
Really? Cool.
Yeah, we are promoting the AJ's movie reviews, the Verses, as well as Gaming with Ash and the Halloween Horror Nights content.
Oh, I'll take a look at that.
Yep. So check that out, moviepilot.com/Suro and Disney. And as I'm putting this over, we just got another viewer. Thank you and welcome. So we're going to talk about the fact that the only reason this match pretty much happened is because you have to realize that the Lucha Dragons have been doing pretty much nothing but Superstars tapings, and they need to get them back in everybody's mind, because if not, they're going to wonder why they're on the card in Japan.
Yeah.
This match was okay for what it was. I love the New Day's tag and stomp. I love that. I think that spot is awesome. And Bo Dallas tags into it as well. I like Titus using the pounce. I think that works. And basically we had everybody get involved at the end, and Lucha Dragons with the double tope on the New Day. Kofi Springboard gets caught in a bear hug, and a Clash of the Titus finishes them off 1, 2, 3. And the Primetime Players and the Lucha Dragons win. Ashley, you have any thoughts on this match?
It was a thing. It was okay. Nothing extraordinary.
Aaron?
Yeah, it was okay too. For an 8-man tag team match, wasn't a lot of action.
I mean, it could have went a lot shorter, because I noticed a lot of multi-man matches in WWE, whether it's a regular match or it's a Divas match, when it comes down to it, they don't like to give them much time.
Yeah, I thought that match would have gotten more time too, knowing that it's an 8-man tag team match, and I had to think about the tweet that NXT sent out that we actually have a bunch of NXT champions in there. I'm like, oh yeah, mix of tag team champions and NXT champion Bo Dallas. So.
It's funny you mention that, because if the Primetime Players would have went to NXT like I was predicting for a long time, they would have been in that list as well.
Right.
So let's talk about the last segment of the leading us into the 10 o'clock hour. Dolph Ziggler comes out with Lana. Lana's got her hair up in a ponytail, not a tight bun. She actually has a ponytail this time around. Dolph says it wasn't love at first sight. She used me to get back at Rusev, but I got to make out with a super hot chick, so everybody wins. Like I said, Dolph Ziggler, you are a bastard, sir. Such a lucky individual. AJ, Lana, and Amy Schumer, lucky individual. So the situation has changed, though. So Lana says, for years, Rusev was my life. I didn't know what a real man was, but now I know. Now I'm my own person. Dolph treats me with respect, and we've become good friends. No, scratch that. We've become more than friends.
When she said that, I was like, hold on, Lana. That means very good friends.
He is very passionate.
Second base.
Oh my God. Speaking of somebody that can't round the bases at this point, here comes Rusev in a walking boot with one crutch, limping down to the ring like he's in the most pain in the history of ever.
Is it a battle between him and Jamie Noble for who was injured and having to do stuff?
Who's legit hurt and actually having to still perform? Yeah, that's probably about correct. And Rusev throws his best Tommy Wiseau, basically. His acting is spot on Tommy Wiseau. He says, I don't care about you anymore. You're like a cold fish.
I've never cared about you.
Don't. The funny thing is obviously he didn't talk like Johnny or anything like that, but in my head, I'm imagining Johnny from the room talking when Rusev cuts a promo now. Is that a bad thing? It's anyone's guess, but some would say no. Shout out to my good friend Juliet Danielle, hopefully listening to this. I'm sure she got a kick out of that. So, you're tearing me apart, Lana! Anyway, that's for you, Juliet. Okay, so at any rate, kissing you was like kissing a ring post.
Oh, that's what he said.
That's such an interesting choice of words, too. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, but is it one of the ring posts with the cameras on the top?
Oh, God. It's the one with the flag on the top of it. Okay. So, Dolph goes, what kind of scumbag are you? You trash talk my girlfriend? Does that eat at you? She's my girlfriend? You blew it. Why don't you just walk away? And Rusev hands his crutch to Summer Rae, who I'm super happy to see, obviously. And they argue. Rusev leaves. Summer gets on the mic and says, before we go, Lana, you're a gold digger. When he got injured, you jumped ship. Rusev is kind and gentle. Tell everyone you're a two-faced, conniving phony.
I thought she was going to say bitch.
It wasn't needed yet. It'll happen. It's not quite yet. We haven't started that yet. Slaps Lana, and then good old-fashioned Joey Styles cat fight.
This is one of those big moments I thought that tonight had, because I think this is what we've been waiting for, is for Lana to get physical. I was happy, and the crowd seemed that they were very happy.
Lana channeling her inner Olivia Newton-John, getting totally physical in this.
Wow.
I made a JBL reference.
Who's your daddy?
Oh.
Daddy.
Maggle.
Remember, this episode of Popcast brought to you by the upcoming Arnold Schwarzenegger film, Maggie, because it sounds like Maggle.
Which a review of Maggie is currently available on the AJ's Movie Reviews playlist right here on Pop.
And you actually have a review of Max, right?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah. What saddens me is AJ liked the movie. Anyway, so Ambrose is talking to someone off camera, but before we go into that, Ashley, what was your opinion on the love quadrangle between Lana, Dolph, Rusev, and Summer Rae?
I mean, it's looking all right as long as it means that, you know, Lana's actually going to be wrestling soon
Mm-hmm.
and proving she's better talent than even Marie. Then I approve.
So the question is, when is Rusev going to be able to work again? Do we have a projected return date for him yet?
I'm sort of guessing SummerSlam.
I'm thinking we're getting a mixed tag at SummerSlam.
Yeah. That's in my fave 5, brother.
And I'll tell you right now, Booker, when it comes down to it, I think that there's a possibility that the night after SummerSlam, we see Lana go away and CJ Perry show up.
Oh.
She drops the accent, she drops the shtick, and she's like, Dolph, I got one more thing to tell you. I'm not a Russian, and she actually breaks out her real accent and says it was all a ploy all along. So, because she's not going to be Lana as the sex bot that Vince wants to make her into.
That's actually a really good word, because I'm pretty sure that's definitely what Vince wants.
Or, of course, she is Lana J. Hell, it didn't stop Abyss.
Yeah, that's true. But the thing about it is, I'm noticing is they're trying to turn Lana into like this generation's version of Sunny. Because don't forget, Sunny couldn't wrestle really, but she was the most downloadable celebrity in like the history of America online, and she did like the ring announcing and everything, and she was a valet to numerous people, obviously to her.
I thought you were more angling towards Sable.
No, God, no.
No, I mean, Sunny makes sense. I mean, I wasn't watching wrestling back then, but just looking back.
Yeah, but if it turns out that CJ can wrestle, then it is more like what happened to Sable.
I wouldn't say Mero and Sable. I'd say Sunny and Candido. Because don't forget, when the Body Donna split up and they basically went their separate ways, and she basically worked with the Godwins and she worked with the Smoking Guns when they did that angle back in the day, and then she ended up with LOD 2000. Don't forget, Candido kind of was up a creek really quickly, so. I mean, Mero and Sable does make sense, but I think I'm going with Sunny and Candido, given the fact that I think that she has a chance to be. She doesn't even necessarily have to wrestle in order to be like a top product of WWE, without a doubt.
Right.
They're gonna make a lot of money with her with that when she's full-fledged babyface with her hair down and everything.
Oh yeah, no. Think of the merchandise and the photo shoots. The photo shoots.
God. And it's really funny. It's really, really funny because obviously Pamela Anderson on Baywatch, her name is CJ.
Yeah.
That was her character name. So it's funny because she's CJ Parker, which is even more hilarious if you really think about it. I never made those references on the NXT videos. I probably should have. But lost opportunity. But no, she's still CJP, and I think that Vince wants to turn her into Pamela Anderson. I can honestly see a promo for like a SummerSlam down the line where she's wearing the one red one-piece bikini.
Right, that would make so much sense.
Kind of like what Sunny used to do back when they did like the SummerSlam like beach party, basically.
Right.
1996, I believe.
If only we can get that SummerSlam advertisement this year. It won't happen this year.
It's not going to happen in New York, New York, New Jersey area, without a doubt. So, yeah, this segment was good. I really enjoyed it.
Yep.
Ambrose is talking to somebody off camera. We don't know who it is. Find out he's talking to a Terminator. Okay. Roman Reigns shows up. He's a little angry. Ambrose is like, I like my Roman Reigns angry. I like my Roman Reigns out on my television.
And you talk about me, and then that tweet, you talk about Dean Ambrose saying, I like my Roman Reigns angry.
Don't you have something you need to be mastering right now, Dean? Where's Renee Young right now?
Oh my God, where was she again? There was no backstage interview.
Tough enough.
Yeah,
Oh.
she's doing Tough Enough because they do like live segments at Full Sail, as you've seen on that they'll do
Full
tomorrow.
Sail hasn't tweeted back at me. Can fans attend those live shows?
I'm sure they can, unless those are like plants that go to the college. Because
Yeah.
if you remember going to go see NXT, everybody's wearing a badge. If you notice that. So then we get to our next great match of the night. Neville Man, yes, Adrian Neville, complete with comic book, and it looks awesome. Taking on Mr. Money in the Bank, Sheamus. This match was really good too. I really enjoyed the chemistry between these two, and this was a hard-hitting, like straight-up wrestling match. I really enjoyed this. So Neville goes for the springboard, gets caught with a Finlay roll. Sheamus goes for Green Crush, but he kind of does like a suplex toss basically. He doesn't really complete like the layout powerbomb like he does like the easy money version of the Orange Crush that he was using. Fans are chanting boring, so what do you do when fans chant boring? You lock in a chin lock. Basic wrestling 101 right there. Control the crowd, don't let them control you. So he starts booting Neville in the corner, and the referee stops him, and he does it again. The referee stops him, warns him again, and Neville finally just dims his running lights with a super kick. And later, just a couple minutes later, 3 Irish Curse backbreakers, and they trade slaps. Backdrop floats over, jawbreaker from Neville, charges in, eats the back elbow, charges in, eats the boot, spin back kick, front kick, spin back kick, drop kick to the side of the head. He charges in to a monkey flip. Sheamus puts him on the buckle. Leapfrog over Sheamus. Sheamus charges. He low bridges him over the top, and Neville hits an awesome-looking acai moonsault. He hits a springboard shotgun drop kick to the upper back for a near fall. He gets backdrop to the ring apron. Charges in, goes for the over-the-shoulder power slam, does Sheamus, gets countered, charging shoulder, and Sheamus ends up hitting the ring post. High kick, heads up top, and instead of like shaking the ropes, Sheamus just like lifts his boot and kicks the top rope, and Neville falls off. I thought that was useful. So Sheamus, in DC, mind you, does the very patented, very deliberate thumbs down before he goes for the brogue kick, which of course is misses, roll up with a spiderweb bridge for a near fall off of that one. And
Sheamus channeling his inner inner jackknife from Man with the Iron Fist.
Yeah. And then Sheamus basically jacked his jaw with a brogue kick and got the 3 count. So this was a good hard-hitting wrestling match. This is a strong style wrestling match. I'd say that without a doubt. This was a good hard-hitting match that was very well done. And
Big Show and Mark Henry.
They didn't give it any time. It was basically a one-way squash match.
Yeah.
Up next, our semi-main event is King Barrett and Jack Swagger. Oh my God! I mean, it is Back to the Future here, so it makes sense we see Jack Swagger on television. But probably closer to October would make more sense. But
Jack Swagger back. Does that mean Zeb Coulter's coming back?
Zeb's disappeared a long time ago, and he still hasn't returned yet.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he will return or not at this rate, which is a shame.
Very much shame.
But yeah, I mean, Swagger fends for himself for a while, and eventually he ends up falling victim to the bullhammer. Barrett, before the match, says, "All my opponents will bow down and pay their respects to King Barrett." Yep, Ashley's done again. So I thought, honestly, they would go with R-Truth costing him the match and continue that feud. But Barrett won clean, so that was good. Let's go main event time. Do you have any things to say about Neville and Sheamus or Barrett and Swagger, Aaron?
Neville and Sheamus, I have to agree with you, is a quick point, straight to the point, hard-hitting match. Neville, I think people, really wanted to see Neville hit the red bone arrow, but you can't hit it every week. So it was kind of refreshing to see him, miss it for a little change. And Barrett and brain fart. What was the Barrett and who's the other guy? Help me out.
What do you mean? Who's the other guy?
With Barrett's opponent,
He faced Jack Swagger.
Jack Swagger. Okay, yeah, we were just talking. It was a little brain fart. That was an okay match. It was fair. It was fair.
Oh my god. I got Ashley sleeping. I got you forgetting who Jack Swagger is for a second.
Yeah, no, like literally, it was a second ago. Like that was bad. Like it literally just like left my brain.
This match, okay. Let's talk about the main event real quick. Rollins and Kane against Ambrose and Reigns.
You know, maybe Jack Swagger and Wade Barrett was a forgettable match. That's why I forgot it.
It shouldn't have been, though. I mean, Wade Barrett has
right.
been treated horribly.
Yeah.
Since he got hurt, Barrett was slated to win Money in the Bank, and he got hurt, so it ruined WWE's plans, and ever since then, it seems like they've had like an albatross over his head the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about the main real quick. So Ambrose finally gets a table. He puts it in the ring. J&J grab it, and you see Noble like clutching his ribs when he's doing anything, so he should not have been out there tonight. So a roll up for two. Avada Kedavra connects 1-2 and a kick out. Roman makes the save. Roman powerbombs Rollins, leaping clothesline to Kane. Roman grabs a Singapore Cane that Joey Matthew. Oh, wow, I called him his old name. Joey Mercury brought in the ring, and he basically wears him out with it and Kane, and then he breaks it over his knee like he's El Lasso Wipo. And you actually got that reference, didn't you?
Yeah.
Brilliance. Superman punched everyone standing, and we get a wide interruption. Bray's out with that super sweet T-shirt. You'll see me rock at Horror Nights this year. And he does Uranagi to Roman on the table, which apparently is brought to you in part by Japan because the table didn't break. My random Matthew reference for the night. So Bray is forced to the back in a no disqualification match. That makes sense. He could have stayed out there the entire time. I mean, they were going to disqualify anybody, so why not? But hashtag logic.
Right?
So Kane goes for the choke slam, gets elbowed out, jawbreaker lariat connects. Dirty Deeds version 2, Rollins stops it. Pedigree has stopped Dirty Deeds, countered. And the Goozle choke slam and Rollins with a pedigree on Ambrose 1, 2, 3. J&J start getting in the ring, and they set up a table in the corner. J&J just pick up Ambrose, and they go for the Cerberus bomb, but Roman stops it. And Dean just disappears. We don't see him after this. He's gone. And Roman Reigns just gets freaking mugged, without a doubt. Not that that's a bad thing. Choke slam and a really sweet buckle bomb through the table that's set up in the corner, and the table broke like in a million pieces. It looked awesome. The pedigree, Wyatt comes out, Sister Abigail, he throws out the Raven crucifix, yells, "Follow the buzzards," and that's how we go home on Raw.
I was disappointed with the ending. No offense to Bray Wyatt, but I wanted to see Brock Lesnar destroy that car.
Brock wasn't in the building, so that was never going to happen.
I know, but like that's just like what I was questioning earlier, that how long does it take to go to Japan?
Forever. 2 days.
Mm.
No, I think it's like, there's no one in the chat that I can say anything right now, but, I mean, it's a late night. But, and Ash is asleep, or now he just somewhat woke up. So,
Hey, come on, that last hour of Raw, it's worth going to sleep for.
Dude, I know, totally understand. So here's my question to you, honestly, when it comes down to it. Ashley, what do you think of the main event?
Wasn't too bad a match. Yeah, that they put on.
I'm really tired of that match. I really am.
Yeah. At least it won't be happening, I guess, of sorts in Tokyo this coming week.
We got that weird match with Cena and Dolph against Kane and Barrett, which makes no sense.
Oh, wait a minute. Why couldn't you have Cena versus Dolph? That could be a show stealer, potentially.
They won't do face versus face in Japan.
Oh.
Yeah, we've got an interesting card for the Beast in the East that's coming up on Saturday. We will be doing a live podcast as long as my schedule allows at 8 a.m. on July 4th.
I'm trying to think of what to drink to keep me awake at 5:30 in the morning. And then you got PPW at 6 in the morning.
Don't forget, you also have the special Finn Balor put over at 5 a.m.
No, that's on July 2nd.
They're running it on July 4th as well.
Oh, so that way you can see it before the event. Well, that's nice.
Yes.
I just probably won't be watching that at 5 a.m. just the Japan event and chat about it, and I don't know, probably pass out.
Go back to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Sleep is good.
Yeah, I can attest to that.
Yeah, without it, yeah, no lie. We all can. Yeah, this event was kind of lackluster, like I said. The stuff with Dolph and Lana and Summer Rae and Rusev actually works really well. I really liked Sheamus and Neville. I thought that was an awesome match. And John Cena and Cesaro was phenomenal. So yeah, everything else you probably you would have been able to skip, and you wouldn't have missed anything.
Pretty much agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I could tell by Ashley's tone of voice that we are quickly getting ready to take it home right now.
Thank God.
So yeah, basically what we've got right now is we have a lot coming your way in the next couple of weeks for wrestling content. We will be doing a live podcast after the Beast in the East is over, and that's going to be at 8 a.m. on July 4th, this coming Saturday. We're going to be doing a live Battleground podcast right after the pay-per-view's over at 11 p.m. on, I believe it's July 19th.
Yeah.
I think that's
May
correct.
19th. Just add a couple of months.
Right on. Obviously, this week we're not talking Impact because we did that live on Wednesday night, so I'm going to be doing an NXT video coming up on Wednesday. We have, obviously, this is your Tuesday video. Wednesday will be your NXT video tomorrow. Thursday, brand new Sip and Snack. We're going to be focusing on DreamWorks cereals and fake butterbeer.
Okay.
On Friday, of course, AJ's movie reviews will be tackling Magic Mike XXL, Terminator Genesis, because I won't be seriously tired of it by then, and Faith of Our Fathers. Saturday, Gaming with Ash returns. Ashley, you have a preview for what you're going to be talking about on Saturday yet?
No, because they still haven't decided what they're doing in terms of news. We'll have to see.
Right
Something
on.
will probably come up in the next couple of days, and I'll talk about that probably.
Versus, we'll be bringing you the first Versus of July. We're going to be having a code name of Killer. So that's going to be your Versus clue for this coming week. And we're going to kick back into Halloween Horror Nights news probably after the July 4th weekend. It sounds like we're going to be getting an announcement sooner rather than later. So I think we're going to get a lot of bing, bang, boom when it comes to announcements in the month of July and in the beginning of August and probably into the middle of August, if not the end. So by the end of August at the latest, we will know everything officially. We seem like we know everything anyway, but officially we'll know everything at the end of August. And then we can really start speculating. That will also, of course, lead to more Halloween Horror Nights podcasts on this channel as well, both Hollywood and Orlando. So that's coming. When Universal gets some more information, will be yet another Universal Orlando and Universal Theme Parks and Resorts podcast. That's going to be coming up as well. So stay tuned to Pop for your daily video needs, and you can check us out on moviepilot.com/Suro and Disney. So you can check that out. We are now on moviepilot.com. Not all the content on this channel, but a plethora of it is available. So check that out if you get a chance. And real quick, you can also follow Ashley on Twitter. It is @AshIsMyNameUK. He is also catchable on the SNS Radio Network, and you can check out Sticks and Flicks as well as the whole indie show. Ashley, what do you got planned for this week?
Super Dragon, Super Dragon, Super Dragon, Josh Alexander, and Super Dragon.
That makes perfect sense, Super Dragon. So,
Mm-hmm.
like I said last night, you want to see a real curb stomp, just YouTube Super Dragon. Now, that's also coming your way, and you can check out Aaron on all of his plethora of social media networks. You can check him out at Mr. ENT92 on Twitter, and you can read off your laundry list, sir. Go right ahead.
At Mr. Entertainment 92, also on Facebook, like the page, and also on Instagram. Mr. Entertainment on Vine, Livestream, and Wrestling Eminem.
Sounds good.
Is he on Dig?
I don't know what that is. What is that?
I don't know. It's something to do with sharing stuff on social media. So I'm just going through the list of when they have these click to share things. So I'm gonna have to write these down.
Yeah.
There's about 900, I think, somewhere in the region of. So
Tell me about it.
And again, I want to thank Acer once again for spreading the word about this podcast as well. You're very appreciated by us, without a doubt, for getting the word out about the podcast.
Yay for Acer! Woo!
At Acer1337 on Twitter as well, if you want to follow him, please do. He's a jam-up guy. Definitely should be following his content. It's very entertaining. You can also find out from him the podcast you should be listening to and the podcast you're currently listening to. So that's what we've got right now for this week. And real quick before we go, I want to let you wrestling fans know that we will be joining you live on Saturday. If something happens and my schedule does not allow for this, we will be joining you live still, but it may be later on in the afternoon. I'm looking at maybe the 2 o'clock or 8 o'clock airings of the show, and we could possibly do it maybe at 4 or 10. I'd say 4 makes more sense to me, so we'll look into that and see.
I thought somebody were playing golf then. Sorry, my bad.
God. So we'll be doing that, and stay tuned to my Twitter if you want to find out more information on everything that's going on with Pop right now. Once again, thank you guys and girls out there for joining us tonight. I know it's late, but we're not as late as we normally are. I mean, there really wasn't much to talk about tonight. We basically have a little bit over an hour, and that's all we've got tonight. I feel sad.
That's what we do.
That's what we do. Yeah, so that's what we've got for tonight. Abbreviated edition of the podcast. There's really not much to talk about, and we're not just going to wax poetic about whatever tonight. We're going to let you guys enjoy the content for this evening and continue to enjoy the assorted content here on Pop, from the regular segments like Versus and Sip and Snack to the AJ's movie reviews every single week, and also the Gaming with Ash segments every single week, the Halloween Horror Nights content that comes up on the regular once announcement season happens, and the other various content wrestling-related here on Popcast, or just recaps. So that being said, Aaron, I want to thank you for joining us yet again.
Yes, thank you so much. I couldn't wait to talk about Raw tonight because it's always fun. A couple last shows been but can't wait for a 4th of July. That's why.
Exactly. And Ashley, thanks again for joining us super late again, as always.
Oh, please let Raw be in there better next week, dear God.
No lie. We've got to build up to Battleground. It has to get better. But it may not. Who knows? Another programming note before we get out of here tonight, other than thanking everyone once again, we will be joined by a special guest next week. And this special guest will be joining us semi-regularly on Pop. So that's going to be coming up. So 4-man broadcast team coming up for Raw next week. And stay tuned for that information once I get some more. So
That's the 4 horsemen of Pop right there.
That's right. And that's what we've got for this week. And I want to thank you guys and girls out there for joining us, and thank everyone live or archived listening to what you're hearing tonight. And we know there's a lot of wrestling podcasts out there, but we're totally glad that instead of a podcast, you picked a Popcast and you picked to listen to us tonight. Thank you very much for your support and continued support for Pop and the rebirth of the Popcaster revolution. So that being said, thank you guys and girls out there for watching. And I can officially say tickets are no longer on sale for Washington, D.C. for Monday Night Raw because I'm pretty sure that the seats are about gone by now. So there's no way to really get into the building at this point. So,
but you guys can travel to Japan, go see the shows from there.
yeah, if you want to get on a plane for 20 hours and fly to Tokyo to go see WWE, I think there are probably maybe tickets on sale. You may have to get it from a scalper potentially outside, but I'm not going to advocate that. But I mean, if you want to try to find a way in Tokyo on Saturday,
just don't clap during the matches because they don't do that.
So that's what.
So interesting.
And I will say right now that it sounds like we're leaning towards the fact that Finn Balor is going to become the NXT champion on Saturday. I think that's the only, I can't say a guarantee because nothing's guaranteed, but I think it's the only, somewhat sure bet you have about the show on Saturday.
Oh, the Beast in the East?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be a good show.
Should be fun. Should be an entertaining show. So, again, thank you guys and girls out there for watching. And until tomorrow, boys and girls, that's all we got to say about that.